ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. Can somebody just mention that the link is in the group description? Somebody is asking. One of you can please help. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. Can somebody just mention that the link?
Ready to pan.
देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So, as we begin, would somebody like to recollect what was discussed in the previous session? Then we can move ahead. Firstly, before that, I would like to. We are today missing our Gopinath Prabhu, one of the devotees who had seriously taken up this session. He attended just 2 classes of this, and unfortunately, he is not with us today. So we should pray for his smooth journey towards the lotus feet of Krishna. So with prayers to Lord Krishna to help guide Gopinath Prabhu, we will begin this session. Yes, so can we recollect what was discussed the previous session? Would somebody, one of you, try to recollect? I hope my voice is audible. Yes, Ojasvi Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I'm audible. Okay, thank you. So in the first session, we discussed about the history of Baldev Vidyabhushan, his guru, and how this book was, who's the actual author of this book. That there was some dispute if it was written by Radha Damodar Goswami or Baldev Vidyabhushan. But we got to know that it's actually written by Radha Damodar Goswami. And we also got to know about how the Vedānta Sutra was also written, the debate that took place with the Ramanandis, and how Gaudiya Vaishnavism was saved by Baldev Vidyabhushan. In the second session, we discussed about the importance of Mangalacharan, how there are 2 interpretations of it, and what those interpretations mean, and why we should learn Vedanta philosophy. Because people say that it's not necessary to learn that because Mahaprabhu just said chant Hare Krishna and you can achieve Krishna Prema. But there should be a balanced approach to it.
Yes, Prabhuji. So thank you. Somebody else would like to add. Basically, the traditional way of learning this science of Vedanta is that initially we repeat what was discussed. Those who have heard would repeat, and then we would continue with the next thing. So, if somebody would like to add any other points that were discussed, that will help. So, just a minute. Okay. Yes. So, you are able to see my screen, right? Can you?
No, yes.
Can you repeat after me? Pramānair vina. Pramānair vina. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, please repeat after me. Pramānair vina.
Pramānair vina
Prameya siddhihi
prameya siddhi
na
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 iti
iti
ataha
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 tani
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 tau
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 atra nirupyante.
atra
atra
nirupyante.
nirupyanti.
So here, what Radha Damodar Goswami is saying is that nothing can be established without the support of pramana. Pramana is the most important thing. Now, pramana is the word that we have always been hearing. So, there is a word called pramanika. Is it there in your languages?
Yes,
Yes. So, what does pramanika mean?
honest.
Yes, correct. So, now, why is the word honest attributed to pramanika?
A person who follows pramana maybe.
Yes, correct. So, why it might be attributed to him? What is that honesty?
Sticking to the source, original source of evidence.
Yes, correct. Anything else anybody would like to add? So, Pramanika is a person who is non manipulative, correct? On whom we can rely. If he says something, it works. So, the Pramana Shastra is something which is for reliance. It is a form of evidence. It is a proof on which people can rely. So, that is why we should exactly understand what Pramana is. So, what is the definition of Pramana? If this is not clear, if the definition is not clear of the Pramana, then we will be lost. We will never be sure as to something that we are believing is actually Pramana or no, or the person that we are believing on is Pramanika or no. So we will be lost into this unless we exactly know the science of Pramana. So before getting into the definition of a Pramana, we should understand how something is defined. What is the definition of a definition? Are you getting the point? We are always accustomed to definitions in our life. Whatever we do, it is defined. If we tell a child, go to that room, bring a book which is green in color and which is written in English language. So that is the definition I give to the child. Now there are only two consequences of that. What are the two consequences of that?
You will either understand or not understand.
Yes, and what will be the result of that?
You'll either bring the book or not bring the book.
Yes, very nice. So he will bring the book, or he will bring the thing that I need, or he will not bring the thing that I need. So everything will be dependent on the right definition. So what are the characteristics of a definition? We should understand it first. Then we will be able to delve into the matter. So definition is called in Sanskrit as Lakshana. So what is the Lakshana of the Lakshana? What is the definition of a definition? So a definition is something which when applied will give the exact object, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, suppose I give a definition of a cow. I should get only cows and I should get all the cows covered in that bracket of definition. Is this understandable? Let's say I want a set of cows to come to my house. So the things that come to my house, it should be a cow, it should be a cow, it should be a pakka cow. It should not be anything other than a cow. Correct?
Yes.
And I should make sure that if I have 10 cows in my cow shed, all the 10 cows should come. When I define something to somebody, when I tell a child that a cow should come and he has never seen cow in his life. Okay, so that precise my definition should be. It should be universal, it should be exclusive for the objects that I need, and it should be possible. Possible means I should not give a definition of something, cow is something which flies in air. I should not give a impossible definition. So the
Oh, sorry to
typical
disturb you.
definition. Yes, Paul?
Will you pass on these notes later? I mean, these presentations that you're giving.
I can share this presentation to you, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Now, a cow is known by its dew lap. Go sasnadi matnam. When you see the neck of a cow, there is a skin hanging there. How many of you have seen that? Correct. So that skin is called dewlap. So go sasnadi matnam. So that is the definition of a cow. Any animal which has that is a cow. Now, what are the wrong ways to define a cow? The wrong ways to define a cow is that cow is an animal which is having mixed colors. Have you seen cows? Sometimes they will be having black with patches of white, or white with patches of black,
Yes.
or brown with patches of white. So there are mixed colors on the skin of a cow. Correct. Suppose I give that as a definition, saying that a cow is an animal with mixed colors. Then what will happen?
The definition is not clear.
Why is it not clear?
Because it is not universally applicable.
Can you explain a little bit more?
Not all cows are with mixed colors. Not everything mixed with mixed colors is a cow.
Yes, you will miss on those cows which are completely white or completely black or completely brown. Everyone is getting this point? Everyone is with me till here?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So now, such a definition is called avyapti. Avyapti means narrow definition. I am not including all the cows. I am including only a section of cows. So it's called avyapti. Okay. Now, what if I say a cow is an animal with horns? Is that the right definition? Cow has horns, no doubt about that. Can you bring that animal which has horns there? If I say that, is that the right definition? Will I get a cow?
You might get, but might get more other animals also.
So here we can get cows, we can get buffaloes, we can get what is that? We can get deers, we can get so many animals. When I say cow is an animal with horns, so it is too broad or ativyapti. Ativyapti means it's too broad of a definition. I'm not getting the right thing. I'm getting something more than what I need. So that is called ativyapti. Now, go ekashapavatvam. See, cow has two hoofs on its leg. Suppose I say cow is an animal with a single hoof. Horse is an animal with a single hoof. But if I say cow is an animal with a single hoof, then that is asambhava. It's impossible. Logical impossibility. So that is again a wrong definition. If I give a definition in which not a single cow comes, then it is asambhava, impossible. So if you don't give the right definition, then you can be wrong in three ways. Which are the three ways you can be wrong?
Avyapti, ativyapti, asambhava.
Yes. Avyapti, ativyapti, and asambhava. Now,
Prabhu,
a
one
small
question.
exercise for all of you. You can take one day and you can give day-to-day examples of something uh, where the right definition fits properly and the wrong definition can be wrong in these three different ways. Either you can say green book, or you can say pencil, or pen, or you can say air, or you can say temple, or you can say house, whatever example in the world you can take. Where the right definition will give us the right thing, and the wrong definition, alakshana, will be of these three types. Can you all try this for today?
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. Yes, probably. Do you have a question? You have raised your hand.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, in this asambhava example of cow as an animal with undivided hoof, it's a wrong definition, no?
Yes. So you can get wrong definitions sometimes. So that is the point that is told here.
But why is it called asambhava?
Means it's impossible. What you are saying is impossible. Your definition itself is wrong. You are
No, it's a wrong definition. Means to say that I will get other animals which are not cows.
Yes, correct. So
But
that
it is
means
not like it is not possible to be found in any animal like that. It's a wrong definition of a cow.
yeah. So it's my fault, right? It's the fault of the person who is defining.
Correct.
So here we are saying where the definer can be wrong, where the definer can be right. We are covering all the possibilities where definer can be right, and all the possibilities where the person who is defining can be wrong.
Understood. I was thinking more like, a flying donkey. That kind of an example as an asambhava. It will never be found. But animal with undivided hoof can be found.
No, but it cannot be a cow. I want a
That
cow.
is correct. That is correct. Okay, understood.
So, Lakshana and Alakshana, these are the two things. Why this is important at the beginning? Because now we are going to take a Lakshana of everything that we are going to use going forward. There will be a Lakshana for pramāna, there will be Lakshana for something else. Everything that we do, everything will be defined first and then go forward. Okay, so till here everyone is with me. Please let me know if this concept is not clear. I can clarify. Hare Krishna. I hope others, my voice is audible. Everyone is with me. on this.
Clear, Prabhu.
So, okay then. So, if this point is clear, then we will go to pramāna. What is the definition of a pramāna? This is something which is completely confusing, and everyone has their own speculations, everyone has their own ideas. They don't know who to believe in, what to believe in, where to believe in. So, the proper definition of pramāna, unless it is got, there is no way to proceed further. One thing we can deduce is that during the time of Radha Damodar Goswami, it might have been something which was well understood by everyone. Whereas today people are completely confused about what is pramana, what is evidence and what is not evidence. I was discussing with a group of scientists. So they have such a blind faith that evidence means scientific method, and scientific method means you have to first bring an object, you have to prove it, you have to observe it, you have to put logic on it, and then finally you derive it, and either you accept it or you dismiss it. This is the scientific method. This is the only way to prove things. Anything other than this is blind faith. Finish, no more questions. If I say Vedas, it is blind faith. If I say Shastras, it is blind faith. If I say Guru, it is blind faith. Only thing is you have to follow this A, B, C, D, E. Then I ask them one question that, okay, fine. If this is the definition, can I question this definition? Has anyone proved through the steps of this definition itself? He got confused. Means he seems to be a pseudo-scientist, not an actual scientist. Else he would have got the logic behind this. That the definition itself should undergo the process required to be eligible to be called a definition. So
Can you
then
please
it
can you
can
please
be
repeat?
proved.
Can you please repeat that last sentence? I did not understand your statement, what you told him.
Yeah, you see, he says, the scientist says for everything to be proved, either you accept as blind faith or you accept as proof. Now, for something to be accepted as proof, it has to undergo a rigorous procedure. First, you bring an object, then you try to define that object, then you try to experiment and observe and do research on that object. Then finally, in that process of research, if you find out that this is a valid statement or this is a valid proposition, then we accept it. If we don't find it valid, we reject it. So these are the steps to be followed to prove something. This is the scientific.
You are not audible, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Am I not audible to everyone else? Others are
Yes,
able to hear me?
Prabhu.
You are perfectly audible. Maybe his system is.
Yes, Prabhu. So these are the 5 steps which are to be followed for a scientific method. Okay. Now, my question is, who has written these 5 steps? Are these 5 steps proved? Can I use the same procedure to prove these 5 steps? So, for that they have no answer. They say, no, this is a corollary which has to be accepted. We all accept that these steps have to be followed. So now, is this not blind faith? That there are certain things we accept as corollary? Can we say that? So this is where nobody in the world is clear. Except for the Vedic system, nowhere else are people clear about what a definition is, what an evidence is. It's all completely confused. Yes, there are a couple of hands raised. You can please ask Ojasvi Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So by corollary, you mean that they accept it as an axiomatic truth?
Yes.
Okay. Then
No,
that
my
case,
question. Sorry.
and then in that case, we can also say we accept Vedas as axiomatic truth.
Yes, but that they are not willing to. Our scientific method only should be accepted. Nothing else, no other exams.
It seems pretty egoistic.
No, it's what do you say? It's a blind faith, right? Ultimately.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes.
my question was, are there no corollaries in Vedas?
Yes, definitely. Without axioms, the world cannot run.
Correct.
So Why we stand on certain axioms, we will try to justify it very soon.
Okay.
Okay, so what is pramana lakshana? What is the definition of a pramana? It is mentioned. I took basically two sources for this. One is Pramana Paddhati of Chaitirtha Muni, and the other one is Yatindra Mata Deepika. So these are the two sources I took for defining these things. Yathartha Jnanam Pramanam. So the knowledge as it is called Pramana. Any effort you do, if you ultimately land up with the knowledge as it is, then the source of that knowledge itself is Pramana. Is this clear? Suppose you are looking at a pot, or you are looking at a bottle or a key bunch, something. If you are looking at it, will give you a knowledge that it is a key bunch, and this will help me open the lock of my house or something. Then that seeing is pramana, because it is giving as it is knowledge. Okay, so yathartha jnanam pramanam, that is the definition. As it is knowledge is pramana. Now somebody will question, what is this yathartha jnanam pramanam? Are you increasing the definition unnecessarily? Can we just say jnanam pramanam? Ultimately, we have to get knowledge. What is this yathartha jnanam? As it is knowledge. Knowledge means as it is. Where can there be confusion in that? So just knowledge is pramana. Can we say that? No. Sometimes there will be samshaya, doubts, and sometimes there will be viparita jnana, wrong understandings. Suppose you are walking in the night, suddenly you see that there is a snake, you get afraid. Then in a moment, when you see that properly, you realize that it was just a rope. Have something like this happened in our lives? Maybe you have not seen a rope and confused to be snake, but something like that. Has it happened in our life?
Yes. Sure.
We all have experienced things like this, right? So now you are getting knowledge that there is a snake, but in a moment that is understood to be wrong, and you are getting a fresh knowledge that it is a rope. So the as it is knowledge of it being a rope, that is why the yathartha shabda is mandatory. Otherwise, samshaya will also have ativyapti. Samshaya will get included in this. And viparya, viparita jnana means illusion. Illusion will also become a part of this jnana. Now, just as it is, there is no question of knowledge. Then there will be ativyapti in ghatapata, means objects. Real objects are as it is. They are not knowledge. They are there where they are. But only thing is, when you perceive them, that is when you get actual knowledge of it. Hence this definition, yathartha jnanam pramanam. Knowledge as it is called pramana. Okay.
Can you please explain Yathartham Ghatapadapam?
Yes. So let's say there is a pot kept. Okay. And we see the pot. Without we seeing also, pot continues to exist. Right?
Correct.
Pot will be pot as it is. Nobody will disturb that. But I still don't have knowledge of the pot. Only when first time I see that, that is when I have the knowledge of it. So that is why the jnana also should come. Only when the knowledge comes, that is when it becomes a pramana. So till then it will not remain pramana. The object should be there as it is, and we should get the as it is knowledge of that object. Now, when I suppose I see a pot, you are all seeing this pot on the screen, correct? The knowledge that I have got that it's a pot is pramana, and prama vishayaha prameyaha. The pot itself is the object of knowledge. It's called prameya. Is this clear?
No.
See, I got the knowledge it's a pot. I will fill it and I will drink water with it. Okay. But before that, which is the physical object kept, whose knowledge we are trying to know?
Pot.
The physical object is the pot itself. So that physical object is called prameya, something that is to be proved, prameya.
Is it physical object? Prameya means hypothesis?
No, prameya is anything that is to be proved, either physical object or a theory or a theorem or a concept. Anything which is to be proved, which can be proved, is called prameya.
In mathematics, that is called hypothesis.
Yes, hypothesis is also called prameya, but physical objects are also called prameya. When there is, we will see the different types, pratyaksha, anumana, and shabda. When we see, that is when it will be more clear for you. When I see, so for pratyaksha, prameya is the pot. For anumana, that hypothesis is the prameya. For atma, the shabda is for shabda, the atma is the prameya, or paramatma is the prameya, like that. So it can change.
It's clear. It's clear. Yeah.
Ojasvi Krishna Prabhu, you had some question now?
Yes, as Brajvinod Prabhu said, in mathematics, like they say, assuming ABC to be a triangle, and then through that, either a Pythagoras theorem or whatever is being proved. So can we say something of that sort, like this is a pot, and we use the pot itself to prove itself, something like that?
No, not like that. Pythagoras theorem has to be proved. So the prameya is Pythagoras theorem. And our assumption is different. It's a triangle. Okay, and the calculation involved is pramāna.
Okay, thank you.
So now the assignment 2 for today. I gave you example of a pot. And in the pot, okay, I'll explain the next. Then pramāta. Who is the pramāta? Pramāta. The person who is proving is called pramāta. So pramāna, prameya, pramāta. These three definitions, are they clear? Let's say I'll take an example. I have a phone in front of me. Okay. So I don't know what is this. I will see, I will try to know. Finally, I'll get to know that it's a mobile phone. So here, this is the prameya. Through my eyes, I am trying to identify this. So my eyes are pramāna. My sense perception is pramāna for this prameya. And I, who want to know what this is, I am the pramāta. Is this clear?
Okay. Pramāta is the person, me.
Yes.
I'm the person who's trying to know.
Yes.
Pramāna and prameya. Okay.
Yes. Is everyone clear with this? Please let me know, then we can proceed further. We have Rukmini Govind Prabhu, Apurva Damodar Prabhu, Padmakara Krishna Prabhu, Vaikuntananda Prabhu. Then we have Ojasvi Krishna Prabhu, Mohan Radhapati Prabhu, Raja Vinod Prabhu. Somebody has a Zoom user, I don't know. Are you all clear with this point still now? Pramāna, prameya, pramāta. Three things.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So how they all fit in the puzzle, that we try to know. The pramāta, knower. Now there is one more thing that has to be explained. Once you see a pot or once you see an object, you get to know that it's so and so object. Next time when somebody shows, what will your response be?
I know this is a pot.
Yeah, if you tell, I have kept the bag there, don't forget to take it. Once he will say, okay. If you say second time, then maybe he will say, okay, and you will take it. Third time he will shout, I know why you are repeating this. Correct? Why he says? Because there is something called sakshi. The soul has something called sakshi in it. That sakshi will have already grasped the knowledge when it sees the first time. Okay. So that antakarana or sakshi will have already grasped the knowledge when it sees the first time. Then every time The same process need not be followed of seeing it and then accepting it. You would have already accepted it. So the pramata, the person who knows, who wants to know, he engages the sakshi, the antakarna, the soul, to utilize the pramana. Which is the pramana? My eyes. I utilize my eyes to know the prameya, the object itself. I utilize my eyes to know this thing. Finally, it leads to understanding. Oh, this is a mobile phone. It leads to the understanding called prama. So these are the steps in which the knowledge is gained for everything, anything. Okay. Now the same applies to logic also. I am the pramata. I am the person who is applying logic. And it ultimately it's the sakshi inside me who is going to accept the logic. Suppose I see a very famous example. I see smoke on the mountain. I analyze it and I guess, oh, maybe there is fire there. I better not go. Now, I am the knower. What do? I use logic as a pramana. What logic? In my kitchen, I have seen smoke and fire together. So there I am seeing smoke. Maybe fire is also together with it. So I use that logic. And with that logic, the prameya, the object of fire, is accepted. In this way, I'll get the knowledge that the hill is on fire. So this is the process of gaining knowledge according to Shastra. Any doubts in this process of gaining knowledge?
No.
How about others? Any doubts in this? At any point of time, if it becomes something becomes difficult, you can let me know. Now, it's not that anything we grasp, we are clear about it. Okay, pramana, finish. Once we understand it, we are 100% clear about it. No, sometimes there are samshaya, sometimes there are doubts also. Now, doubts come due to samanya lakshana. Sometimes when you see for something tall, far, that tall object, you don't see the head that is necessary for a person. So you cannot certainly decide that this is a person. You cannot decide that. Similarly, is it a tree? Sometimes the trees and all, they look like persons from a distance. But then you can't certainly say that it is a tree because you don't see leaves, you don't see fruits hanging. It's so far that it's not clear. So you are not able to decide whether there is a person or whether there is a tree. That is when samshaya, doubt is there. Okay. So in common terms, this doubt and all, we use it in a different way. But actually, anavadharana jnanam samshaya, we are not sure. When something we are not sure, then it's a doubt. So either you are in knowledge or you are in doubt of it, or you are in the wrong understanding of it. So there are three options only. One is you are sure and you are right. That is called pramana. Second option is you are sure and you are wrong. That is called viparya, wrong understanding. And third thing is you are not sure. That is called samshaya, doubt. Okay. So now once we eliminate the samshaya, once we eliminate the viparya, wrong understanding, finally what are we left with?
Pramana.
Pramana. So in when calculations are done, when mathematical logic is done, when we study shastras, or when we are observing things, somehow I'm not seeing it properly. Let me go close. When I go close and observe it, that is when we are eliminating the doubts, we are eliminating the wrong knowledge, and we are arriving at the right knowledge of things. The pramana we are arriving at. Pramana itself is of two types. One is kevala pramana and one is anupramana. I'll explain what this is. Kevala pramana means the knowledge itself. See, I see a pot. When I see a pot, I understand that it is a pot. I get a knowledge that it is a pot. That knowledge itself is a pramana. My seeing, my eyes are also a pramana. Both of them are pramana. my eyes are also accepted as evidence, my seeing is also accepted as evidence, and the knowledge itself that it is a pot. Because sometimes what happens is you may not see things also because you have seen in the past, you know that so and so thing is there, so you have the knowledge of it. So that is called kevala pramana, and the other one is anupramana. Okay. Yathartha Jnanam Kevala Pramanam, Yathartha Jnana Sadhanam Anupramanam. These are the definitions. Okay. The instrument of as it is knowledge is called Anupramana. Just like my eye is an instrument for getting the knowledge. So that instrument is called Anupramana, whereas the knowledge itself is called Kevala Pramana. The knowledge itself is called Pramana. Now, this I will explain in short, don't worry much about it. There are 4 types of Kevala Pramana. One is Ishvara Pramana, Ishvara Jnana, Lakshmi Jnana, Yogi Jnana, and Ayogi Jnana. Ishvara Jnana means he knows everything. Ishvara knows everything. There is nothing where Ishvara doesn't know. He's not, Ishvara means Supreme Lord. So Supreme Lord is not confused about anything. He is having clear knowledge of everything. When he see in the night, when Supreme Lord sees a rope, he will always see it as a rope. He will never see it as a snake. Or when you go to seashore, sometimes you will find shells on the seashore. Sometimes these shells shine due to direct sunlight, and one may get confused that this is silver, not a shell. So this confusion happens to us. But for the Supreme Lord, when he sees things, he will never be under confusion. He will be clear and he will have complete knowledge of everything. So, this Kevala Pramana is 100% perfect in Ishvara. In Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, it is next level. Her knowledge is, her jnanam is about Ishvara not complete. She will never have complete knowledge about Ishvara. She will never have complete knowledge of the Supreme Lord, because Supreme Lord is infinite, even Lakshmi Devi. But about the material world, without even thinking, she will get the knowledge of the material world. Ishvara, Supreme Lord, without thinking, he will get knowledge of everything. He will get knowledge of Lakshmi Devi, he will be getting knowledge of all living entities, he will be getting knowledge of each and every object in this world. Whereas Mahalakshmi, she will have to put effort to know Ishvara, even then she will not know fully. But regarding the material world, she knows everything without any effort. Then there is next level called yogi. These yogis, they have to put effort. There are two, among them also there are further divisions. Some will know completely, some will not know completely, but their yoga siddhi, their effort that they put will get them knowledge, dhyana. So these yogis will get jnana, but completely based on their effort. Among them, some of them will know everything, some of them will know partially. Of course, they cannot know Vishnu, but material world, everything other than Vishnu, the objects of this world, some of them will know fully, some of them will not know fully. It is mentioned that Brahma knows everything fully of the material world. So anyone who is on that high position like Brahma, he will have complete knowledge, but others will have limited based on their capacity. And ayogi means they will always have wrong information. They will always have wrong knowledge. They will be in illusion all the time. So the conditioned souls who are eternally in illusion, they are ayogis. So these are the different types of knowledge itself. The persons, the knowledge held by different types of people. Is this understood? Is this clear?
Yes, bro.
Okay. Maybe I will give a couple of minutes for questions on this if somebody has doubts, and then we can think of proceeding further.
I have a tangential question. In many places we see this Kevala Kumbhaka, Kevala, this word Kevala, when it refers to breathlessness, when there is no breath, it's called Kevala Kumbhaka in yoga. So what does this Kevala mean? Is pure knowledge? Is pure Pramana? Kevala means pure?
Yes. Kevala means pure, unmixed.
Okay.
Kaivalya. Kaivalya is supreme purity, the liberation. Okay. Now, Anupramana is the next topic, but before we go to that, I gave example of pramana, prameya, pramata. Can couple of you try to give certain examples, and in that example, what is pramana, what is prameya, and who is pramata? Can you try to give some examples on that? I gave example of a pot. I'm the pramata. I gave example of a cell phone. Now I'm a pramata. I want to know what this is. This is prameya, and the process of seeing is pramana. Like that. Can somebody try?
For every object is the same, no? The person who wants to know is
Yeah,
the
I think
pramata.
if you can think, I'm not just saying about perception. There is logic also, which is pramana. There is shastra also, which is pramana.
Okay.
So you can think.
I did not make notes, so the words are confusing.
Ojasvi Krishna Prabhu, you would like to try?
Yes, Prabhu. So we'll start with pramata. Okay. We'll start with pramata, which is the knower. So in this
Yes.
case, I'll take myself as the knower, and I will be using my antahkarana, my inner instruments. I will utilizing them to understand my prameya object of knowledge is how are cars being constructed.
Okay.
And I will use Paurushaya Shabda Praman
Okay.
to understand that.
Yes. Can you explain that?
So there are two types of Shabda Praman. One is Apaurushaya, one is Paurushaya. So Apaurushaya is the one that is not given by any human being. It's given by the Lord or his representatives himself who are beyond defects. Paurushaya Shabda Praman is that which is given by a human being, but he has knowledge about an particular subject matter in a perfect way.
Yeah. So in that way, the pramana, prameya, pramata, I am the pramata, and the shabda that is told by some colleague how to manufacture cars, that is prameya, that is pramana, and the prameya is the process of manufacturing cars. Correct. Anybody else would like to try anything? How many of us have relied on so many things or
Yeah,
so?
so if I'm the pramata and wanting to know how to operate a Mac, and I see a YouTube video, so YouTube video becomes my pramana,
Okay, very good.
and operating the Mac is the prameya, and I am the pramata.
Operating the Mac is the prameya, and you are the pramata. Correct. Newton, he was sitting under a tree. Apple fell down on his head. Using that falling down, he got to know that gravity exists. In this example, now can you tell who is the pramata, prameya, pramana?
Newton is the pramata.
Okay, that is very clear.
Pramana is gravity.
Pramana?
Pramana is the apple falling down.
Are you sure? Because apples have been falling down since thousands of years.
He is seeing the apple falling down. Is
People have been seeing apple falling down since thousands of years.
correct.
So, okay, pramana we'll see. Pramata is Newton. What is Prameya?
In my opinion, pramaya was his curiosity. Gravity was discovered, understood later.
No, Prameya means something that is to be proved, something that is eventually proved. End result is
Okay.
gravity is proved. So that is where gravity is the
Pramaya.
Prameya.
Hmm.
Now, pramana is not the apple falling down itself. It is not the pratyaksha of the apple falling down itself. It is the anumana derived from why apple falls down.
Hmm.
So that anumana is the pramana by which he is able to arrive at a definition of why apple fell down. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. Anybody else would try to add something to this? You can make some notes also. You can, in your notebook, try to give some examples and also share it. Thus, you can share it in the group also as to what is pramana, what is prameya, and who is pramata. These three things you can give more examples. The more you think on this, the further concepts become very clear. That is why this practice of more and more examples are necessary before we go further. So I request that you all give a try on this today. Prameya, in this book, the prameyas are Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. These are the prameyas that are going to be discussed in this book. So first, Radha Damodar Goswami is making the concept clear of what a pramana is. And then he will use the appropriate pramanas for the appropriate prameyas. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Okay. So till here it's clear. You see, we have been believing in many pramanas, we have been believing in many evidences all through our life. A friend tells me that, what does he say? Go for this job, it will be very nice. Or he may tell, you do business, it will be good for you. And so many things. Or apart from my friend, somebody else may say something. Politicians, they are accustomed to giving promises. You vote for me, eventually you will get this. So there are so many people giving so many assurances which we believe. When we sit in a flight or a train or a bus, there is some belief that these people will take us safely to the destination. When somebody serves us food, there is something which makes us accept that this is not bad for my health, it is to be accepted. So, what are the different types of pramanas? Is there any division among the pramanas? That we have to understand. So, this anupramana, the instrument of knowledge, will be going forward called pramana in general. Okay, so the divisions of pramana, different people have different ideas about it. Okay, so these are the 8 which are commonly discussed among intellectuals as pramanas. The first one is pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means direct perception. Either I see. Raja Vinod Prabhu, you have something to add before we go further?
No, I have a question. Why is Anupramana called as Pramana going forward? Anupramana is Pramana.
Subset of the pramana. The knowledge itself is pramana, and the source of knowledge, the instrument of knowledge, is also pramana. Now, there is nothing much to discuss about the knowledge itself, because knowledge we require an instrument eventually. So, our present concentration will be mostly on the instruments than the knowledge itself, because the instruments are going to eventually help us to gain knowledge. Is that okay, bro?
Okay, bro.
So there are different intellectuals who accept different pramanas. Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means not just seeing, but every sense perception. Ears hear, then the nose smells something, the tongue tastes something, the skin experiences the sense of touch. All these things are direct perceptions, or they are also called pratyaksha. Sometimes what happens is pratyaksha doesn't give all knowledge. So they say anumana is a pramāna. Anumana is logic, inference that we use to derive at something. The third one is upamana. Upamana is comparison. This looks like that. The buffalo looks like a cow. Only difference is this. So this comparison sometimes we accept as a pramāna. Arthapatti. Arthapatti means this, so this. He is fat. I never see him eating in the day. Maybe he is eating in the night secretly. So therefore, he is not eating in the day, but he is fat. Therefore, he must be eating in the night. So this is arthapatti or postulation. Next is anupalabdhi. Okay, anupalabdhi means there is absence of something. There is absence of water or there is absence of pot. That is also called as pramāna for by some. Shabda means the words of somebody. Some friend tells us something, some relative tells us something, our parents tell us something. So the shabda is also accepted as a pramāna. Then sambhava is one, the logical possibility. 10 is more than 5 is one example. So logic and logical possibility is also considered by some as a different pramāna. And last, aitya. Aitya means tradition. Thousands of years people are doing that. That is also accepted as pramāna by some. So different schools are used to accepting different pramanas at different levels. Okay, so it's not uniform. Every school has its own definition of what a pramana is. Okay, for example, the Charvaka is accepting pratyaksha alone as a pramana. He says that what I see alone I believe. I don't believe anything else other than what I see. Okay, and today's scientists are all disciples of Charvaka. Just a minute, I have to connect to the power. Please be with me. Okay, is everyone with me still? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So Charvaka says seeing is believing, nothing else. You show me, I believe you. That's all. Okay. Now, what is the problem with this proposal? So the Nayayikas joke with Charvaka. They joke saying that if your wife is pregnant and you are not involved, then will you not use inference or will you just accept pratyaksha as the pramana? So this is how the Nayayikas joke with Charvaka, saying that pratyaksha, you are saying seeing is believing. Sometimes you have to use logic, sometimes you have to use analysis. So pratyaksha, it can't clear ignorance, it can't clear doubtful knowledge. I gave an example of hill is on fire. There is smoke seen. You can't just rely on, nobody will take, traditionally people would take animals on hills for grazing. And suppose they see a smoke on a distant hill. They cannot take the risk of taking animals there because life is in danger. So who would like to put their animal's life and their own life in danger? So they want to be careful. So they will say, no, we cannot rely on this. Why we can't rely on this? Smoke is seen, fire is not seen. Who knows? Just by smoke, how can we detect fire? But in my kitchen, I have seen smoke and I have seen fire, both are together. So when I see smoke and fire together in the kitchen, it makes me conclude that smoke is there, fire is there, they will always be together. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And with this assumption, when I see smoke on the hill, I will immediately assume that, okay, fire must be there, I cannot take risk. So things which are has to be applied to know them. Anumana has to be applied to know them. So just pratyaksha of Charvaka doesn't work. Now, coming back to this, there is something called upmana. Upmana means therefore, I told you. It means comparison. It means like, for example, cow. How do you know what a cow is? It looks like a buffalo, just some color change. So when you say like a buffalo, that comparison, you are still relying on the original source. You have seen a buffalo in the past. So again, it is a different form of pratyaksha only. It is not a different or separate or new evidence. It is also another form of pratyaksha. When you say this looks exactly like that, that means that is already seen. That seeing is helping this person know this new animal. Cow looks like a horse. When you say you have seen a horse, so that seeing the horse, sight of the horse makes you get the knowledge of cow which looks similar to that. So that is why upamana is not a different evidence, it is also a part of pratyaksha only. Is this clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mohan Radhapati Prabhu, you have a question?
Prabhu, if we say like that, then in Anumana also, like the previous Pratyaksha is the cause of Anumana.
Yeah, you see, in this there is no logic involved. What he has said is cow looks like a horse. So I have seen a horse, I just catch an animal which has four legs similar. Whereas in Anumana, I have to put some logic that in my kitchen I should have seen, then on the hill I am seeing, that means it might be there. I have to apply some logic in that. So that makes it completely separate. Otherwise, we cannot put it as a part of Pratyaksha just.
Okay.
It's not like comparison. Comparison is different and logic is different. Logic means some brain faculty also has to be involved in that. So similarly, yes, Prabhuji, you have something else. Similar is the case with arthapatti or postulation. We have seen a fat man, a person is getting fat. We can clearly see a person getting fat, but we never see him eating food. Throughout the day, morning to evening, I just see he is fasting, he is not eating food, but still he is getting fat. Then what we do is he is eating in the night because at least he is getting fat, that is for sure. So therefore, he must be eating in the night. So therefore is a postulation, and mathematics uses this a lot. But what the acharyas mentioned is that arthapatti or postulation is also another form of anumana. Anumana has vyapti. I'll explain you the concept of vyapti, and with this we will end today's discussion. We can have some question answers at the end. What is vyapti? Have you heard this word vyapti?
Heard it, but I can't recollect where I heard it. Vyapti sounds like a perimeter.
Yes. Spread means till where it is spread. So the area of its spreading is called vyapti. Now, in kitchen, you have smoke and fire together. That same smoke appears in your analogy on the hill. So this smoke extends till the hill. For my logic, it's not the same smoke. Maybe the source of fire is different. But then smoke is here, smoke is there. So in my logic, this smoke has extended till there. So that is vyapti. So the vyapti of smoke is making me come up with the anumana that fire is there. You are getting this point. The logic is based on certain vyapti, certain common thing here and there both. This common thing which is here and there, that is called vyapti, and that is helping me come at anumana or logic. So inference. So when a man is getting fat, he is not eating during the day. Therefore, he must be eating in the night. There is an assumed inference inside that fat people eat. Correct?
Correct.
We have seen fat people eat. He is getting fat. So the inference, the vyapti is also always there. Fatness is already the vyapti. So it is another form of anumana only. So when you say hypothesis, postulation, therefore this is this, that is another form of inference only. It's not a new pramana. Okay. So which are the other four I will explain in the next session tomorrow. Please let me know till now if something has to be covered once again or understood once again, or shall I? Okay, I'll just go through this. Lakshana, nature of the definition. So a definition has to be universal, it has to be exclusive, and it has to be possible. Means it should have these three doshas should not be there in Lakshana. Ati vyapti, avyapti, asambhava dosha should not be there. Then it is called a Lakshana. And as it is knowledge, Prabhupada has used the word Bhagavad Gita as it is, something significant, because he is giving the Lakshana. That is a Lakshana of the Pramana. It's a Gita Pramana that we have with us. So, Lakshana is Pramana is as it is knowledge. So, Lakshana is something which gives the whole object, only the object and nothing else. So, if I get something less than what I need, then it is called avyapti. I need cows, but I have 10 cows. I just get 4 of them. It is avyapti. If I get something broad, more than what I need, if I say cows, I should not get horses also along with the cows. If I do that, then it is ati vyapti. Then similarly, asambhava. If I want cows, I get horses or donkeys. That is asambhava. So these are the 3 faults. If we are free from these faults, we will arrive at the right lakshana. Now pramana is there. Pramana, you may give any lakshana, but they should be free from these faults. Then it will be a proper lakshana. So yathartha jnanam pramanam is the lakshana. As it is knowledge is called pramana. You cannot just say knowledge is pramana, because knowledge can include confusions also. Knowledge can include doubts also. But as it is knowledge, the way it is, that is called pramana. Okay, so that is the definition of a pramana. Prameya. Prama vishayaha prameyaha. The object which we actually want to prove, object or any entity or any concept, anything, something that is to be proved is called prameya. Pramana is the process of proof. Prameya is something that is to be proved. And pramata is the person who is proving, who is ultimately getting the knowledge. Pramavan, pramata. Okay, so the pramata engages the sakshi, because sakshi is the ultimate thing that is going to get knowledge. The soul is going to get knowledge. He engages the soul to utilize the pramanas, the senses or the logic or the shastra, whatever pramanas he utilizes, in order to ultimately grasp or perceive the prameya, the object of knowledge. Here it is pot, something else may be there, Paramatma may be there, Atma may be there, anything else. The object of knowledge, prameya, is to be got through the pramana. And finally, you will get the knowledge. That knowledge itself is called prama. I hope this cycle is understood. And when you don't get the right knowledge, it will lead to samshaya or viparaya. That is doubt or wrong knowledge. Either we are in doubt or we are in wrong knowledge if we don't get this. Pramanas are 2, kevala pramana, anupramana. The knowledge itself is kevala pramana. The instrument to get this knowledge is called anupramana. Yathartha jnana is kevala pramana. Yathartha jnana sadhanam is anupramana. So the instrument that through which this knowledge is got, it is called anupramana. There is discussion among philosophers as to why, how many pramanas, how many anupramanas are there, or how many pramanas are there. Some say 8, some say 6, some say 4, some say only 1. Charvaki says only 1. Sense perception is the only pramana, but that fails, because for things that are not perceivable to the senses, you cannot know just through protection. You have to apply logic. Sometimes logic also can fail. Then what happens, we will see in the next class. Upamana, comparison, arthapatti, postulation, All these things are different forms of upamana is a different form of pratyaksha, and arthapati is a different form of anumana. So till this much we have discussed. Further things we'll discuss tomorrow. Any doubts on this, you can let me know. Mohan Radhapati Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
So, what is the Sakshi or the Antakarana? What do you understand?
So when you see an object, you get to know that so and so thing is there. Suddenly, if there is power cut, you still know that the thing is there only. Why you know that the thing is there? You don't have to regain the knowledge second time, because there is soul inside. That soul is the observer, the sakshi, and it would have grasped the knowledge already. So you don't have to reiterate the whole process. Similarly, once you have studied Bhagavad Gita, you understood that we are spirit soul. It's not that every time you keep knowing that we are spirit soul. Once you know, then the soul has accepted it, the sakshi has accepted it. So like that, the soul itself is the sakshi. Is that
So,
clear?
Pramata and Sakshi, they are the same?
No,
Can you say?
pramata and sakshi are different. Sakshi is the uh, pramata engages the sakshi. Here, ultimately, the sakshi has to get knowledge. Now, I, as an individual, I have a faculty called antakarana, or an instrument, inner instrument. I am the soul. Okay. This person, the individual, I engage the faculty called antakarana to gain this knowledge. So that those two are different. And I use my eyes also, I use my senses also for that.
So, we can say that the knowledge which the soul has, that we can say as Sakshi.
Uh, there is a facility. What I could understand is that there is a faculty in the soul that exactly grasps this knowledge. So that is the sakshi. Because you see, the knowledge itself is one thing, but effort is ultimately put by me. I engage the some faculty which gains this knowledge. So there is some faculty is what I understood from this within the soul to grasp.
Okay.
Which is pramata is also me, na? And the soul is also me.
Pramata is me, I am the soul, but then when you say pramata on the platform that we are in, it includes our body with the senses, with our logic, with our intelligence, the whole package includes pramata. As of now, we are not speaking on spirit. We still don't know. We have not proved soul. We don't know whether it exists or not. We have not come till that level. What we understand is that I am the knower. I am the pramata. Is that clear, Apurudama?
A little bit, Prabhu. Like we are talking about the soul also, or like are we rejecting this concept that we are soul for now? Like further we'll progress and then we'll
As of now,
understand.
we don't know whether soul exists or not. It is to be proved later. Now we are just
Okay.
defining how knowledge is got.
Then Prabhu, who is Sakshi then? Is
So,
it not soul?
do you get this feeling that when you see, okay, I already know this?
Yeah.
There is some facility inside, some faculty inside who has grasped it that I already know. What
Okay.
that
Like a memory, we can say, Prabhu? Memory?
yes, memory it can be little on the soul platform also, it can be on the eternal platform also, because this knowledge can go beyond one lifetime.
Okay.
Past, if you have gained some knowledge of Lord, it can go to next lifetime also. So little bit, it can be more, not just of the cells that are stored in the brain with bytes of information. It is something more than that.
Okay.
Any other question?
Prabhuji,
Vijay?
I just want to extend this concept of arthapati, which you just give an example of, if a person is getting fatter, not eating in the day, must be eating in the night.
Hmm.
But if I want to extend it analogy in a wrong way, if
Hmm.
somebody is medically having a condition where he's getting fatter, not eating in the day, then the conclusion that he must be eating in the night goes wrong.
Yeah, but even if there is a medical problem, the excess fat should come through something consumed only, right? I just gave one analogy. Okay, you can have many other analogies to prove that he is fat. Okay, so it's not the one. This is just one example. I have seen people eating, getting fat.
Hmm.
Through that seeing, I try to create a vyapti that he is getting fat and people eat getting fat. So Anumana is maybe he is eating in the night,
Hmm.
like that, or something else. I have seen medically problematic people getting fat, thyroid or something like that. So you can still draw a connection.
Okay, understood. I mean, I know that extending the analogy is wrong, but even then, I just wanted to
Hmm.
see if there is a technical term for that. Then coming to a wrong conclusion based on arthapati. Thank you, bro.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is it not Pratyaksha Anumana Pramas have doshas in them?
Sorry, Pratyaksha Anumana Pramana?
Have doshas in them? Dosha.
We will see that because they have limitations. It's not that they are wrong. This is one thing we should be clear about. We have some wrong understandings about it in our process of studying. When you still believe what you see, but sometimes, for example, if food is kept in front and you are hungry, you believe that it is food. Pratyaksha gives you the right knowledge. Sometimes Pratyaksha may fail, there might be limitations, but you cannot say that it is completely, it can be a wrong pramana and Shabda is the only right pramana. Is that clear, bro? Padma Prakash, bro?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. Yes.
Prabhuji, this prama means the real right understanding, and opposite of prama would be brahma.
I will look into it whether Brahma is, it's called Viparya or Viparita Jnana. Viparita Jnana is also called Brahma. Whether, yes, what you are saying is right. But then whether any Acharya has explicitly said opposite of Brahma is Brahma, that I will see into it. But definitely it seems right because Viparya, Viparita Jnana is one of the Aprama or one of the wrong understandings. The other one is Samshaya. Doubt also is there.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. How is it? Is it becoming interesting? How are you finding it?
Interesting, bro. Thank you very much.
Yes, Prabhu.